Welcome to COM370. I'm Professor Geiger. This is Multicultural Communication. Edward Safir was an American anthropologist and linguist who lived in the early 1900s. In his book entitled Culture, Language, and Personality, he wrote the following: "No two languages are ever sufficiently similar to be considered as representing the same social reality. The worlds in which different societies live are distinct, not merely the same world with different labels attached." This is the essence of what we'll be trying to get at in this course. We are trying to appreciate the fact that it's not just the languages that are different, but it's the societies themselves that are different. One term we'll be using that I want to clarify is the term intercultural. I'll use the words intercultural and multicultural kind of interchangeably. Intercultural just reflects the interpersonal nature of interactions, the one-on-one. It's more of a traditional way of referring to communication exchanges between two individuals. The more modern reference is multicultural communication, which acknowledges that any one person can kind of be the product of several cultures, and that cultural exchanges can involve people that are in larger groups, more than just two people. Many textbooks, including the one you're using, use the term intercultural communication, so as I said, we can use those terms interchangeably. Speaking of our text, it's not the newest text. It's from 2009, but it's a great platform to discuss differing contexts in like healthcare, organizations, education, and I haven't been able to find another text that can do it as well as this book does. And I love the interactive influence that it talks about. He calls this the layered approach. He's constantly drawing attention to the influence that individuals have on culture and culture has on individuals. I wish he would publish an updated edition, but that hasn't happened yet, so I'm going to continue to use this one. Another note about the text. Don't neglect the various boxes that are in the text. These are filled with really great examples of various intercultural situations. They really give life to the concept, so don't skip those little boxes that are around the edges of each page. Now let's talk a minute about the setup of the course and the assignments. You'll have readings and viewings each week. Most students who have taken this course report that the videos were really a critical part. I find that most students in the class are from the Midwest, and I find that most Midwesterners are kind of like myself. We have precious few opportunities to engage in meaningful and long-lasting multicultural relationships. Therefore, when I ask students to come up with examples from their own lives to kind of relate to the concepts, I find that after about the second session, most students are really hard-pressed to come up with any more relevant examples from their own lives. The videos both expose you to cultures you otherwise might never get exposed to and give you material to use when trying to apply the concepts that we're studying. Secondly, you're going to engage in a type of asynchronous discussion with your classmates on VoiceThread. These monitor your ability to digest the material and give you exposure to various points of view from your classmates that hopefully will encourage you to think more deeply about the concepts. I think some of you already have a VoiceThread account and are familiar with this software. If you don't have an account already or don't know what I'm talking about, there are directions below this video on my TMC. When you're on VoiceThread, you can respond and make comments on there, and I can too, in both an audio or a video format or a text format. I typically use the audio function when I do presentations for you in VoiceThread. I do this mainly to limit distractions that a visual may cause so that you can focus on what's on the screen, the concept I'm talking about usually. However, I encourage you to engage in discussion on VoiceThread using the video function, and I'll attempt to do the same when we're in a discussion. Most students report feeling more connected with other students in the course when you use the video function. And unless I specifically ask for a text comment, please don't use the text function. Since this is a communication course, I just want to encourage you to utilize all forms of communication and to use the richest form whenever possible. We want to engage in extemporaneous speaking in VoiceThread discussions as well. This means that your answers are thoughtfully considered before you post your answer, and that you may have a few notes as you video your response. Like I had a few notes here about the quote from the beginning. I have a few other notes here, but I'm engaging in extemporaneous speaking. I'm not reading to you. You should try to talk in a conversational manner when you're on VoiceThread. Thirdly, you're going to have a quiz over each module. There are going to be 6 in all. And these are just designed to monitor your ability to digest the reading material. A module typically covers 2 chapters, and that usually is covered over 3 weeks. And fourthly, you have a written assignment in each module, so every 3 weeks or so. That's designed to monitor your ability to critically think about the concepts and pull some ideas together. Most importantly, you have a final project called a Tunnel of Awareness. Detailed instructions about this project are provided in the course materials on my TMC. Essentially, you're going to pick a topic or a cultural group, research it, and present what you found to the rest of us in the form of a poster presentation. As it says in your syllabus, there's one day you must be on campus, and that is the day you present your Tunnel of Awareness project. I will clarify the exact day that will be within the next week or 2. It will be one of the last weeks of the semester. Okay, now let's get started. So look at all the material that's posted below this video and begin to work on the activities.